What's going on, everyone? Mr. Lad over here, and today we are talking about how to clean a car in direct sunlight, mostly how to prevent water spots in direct sunlight. Now, as you can tell, we are going into the summer months, so you're going to see a lot of people actually talking about this subject in particular. So simply what I do, as you can see, I am cleaning the wheels first. I keep it very easy and very simple. I take my non-acid wheel cleaner. I use fully involved from the Vice collection. I spray all the wheels and tires, let it sit for 30 seconds to a minute, go over the pressure washer. It gets the job done. It's very easy. Now, moving forward though, when it comes to water spot removal, or not removal, water spot prevention, we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to use? Now, for me, I use P&S Auto Shampoo. As you can tell, I use a lot of P&S products simply because they're easy, they're safe, they're effective, and they're inexpensive. They're actually very, very well priced for the comparison of other products out there. And so what I use Pearl Auto Shampoo. It's great because 3 to 4 gallons of water, a couple ounces of soap gets the job done, and it's cheap. Now what I do in the foam cannon is I'll usually do somewhere around the 5 to 1 dilution ratio, right? So 5 parts water, 1 part soap. But I go ahead, I rinse the car down. Now, you can go ahead and start with the shade car with the rinsing process. That's fine. You can do that. But what I do is I foam the car down. Then, as you can see, I'm going to go to the part of the vehicle where there is shade. And I'm going to wash that part of the vehicle first. That way, there's just soap sitting on the other side of the vehicle. It's not like there's dirt sitting or anything except for what was already there. But I am not trying to wash the car over there and then let that clean that soap that I just went ahead and now there's dirt mixed. I don't want to mess with that. I'm going to let it do its job and pull as much of the dirt off as possible. After I've gone ahead and done the hand wash on the side with shade, I'm going to go ahead and then from there I'm going to go ahead and go to the part that's in the sun, and there I'll do my contact wash. As you see, I'm only going down to, basically above the bottom trim area, and then I go over with a microfiber towel, and I always keep a bottle of soap, so a couple ounces of soap, rest filled with water in a spray bottle, and I always keep that on hand, especially for the lower parts of the vehicle. Now after that, what I do is I go ahead, then I rinse the shade side first, try to push all the soap from the shade side, especially on the roof. I push it over to the side that's in the sun, and then once I'm done rinsing off the part that's in the shade, from there I go ahead and then I begin to rinse off the part the side that's in the sun. Reason why I do that is because now when I'm leaving water behind with no soap mixture, no nothing, when I'm leaving that water behind, that is when now you are in dangerous territory, and now you are on a race against the clock. The longer I let this water sit on the panel, the more chance I have of getting water spots and doing some harmful damage to the paint and the glass. So I go ahead and I leave that side last. Now that that's done, I go ahead and I take my chemical. It is the Formula 4 spray wax. Now, there's a few products on the market that do this job, but for me, it's easy to get a hold of O'Reilly's. I got one right down the street from me. I go ahead and I walk in, if I'm picking up something or whatever, or it's just down the street, so I walk in anyway and say, hey, tomorrow can I pick up this gallon of Formula 4 spray wax? Biggity bam, they have it for me the next day without question, unless there's an issue, a back order of some sort. But I go ahead and I take my Formula 4 spray wax. Here I have it diluted 10 to 1, 10 parts water, 1 part product. If you want to be more specific, it might actually be more like 9 to 1. But for the 32-ounce spray bottle, I pretty much put 3 ounces of product inside of it. So you be as literal as you want with that. But what I go ahead and what I do is I spray the vehicle down. I spray the whole vehicle down with the Formula 4 spray wax. The reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that I am getting full coverage around the vehicle, because the moment I install or apply the Formula 4 spray wax to the vehicle, now I am in a position to where I am working smarter, not harder. The moment the Formula 4 spray wax gets in contact with the vehicle, now I am adding protection to it. Does that mean that I'm 100% safe? No, because it's not like you just spray and walk away. And so I spray the vehicle down, and then what I do, and you'll go ahead and see here in the video, I go ahead and I rinse. Now, I try not to rinse the product off the panel fully. Reason why is because I want there to be residue. A lot of people say, I want products that don't leave residue behind. But let's go ahead and use common sense. If you're using a spray and rinse product and it's adding protection to the vehicle, how does it add protection to the vehicle? By leaving residue, leaving a film, leaving something behind that's going to add protection, shine, gloss, whatever the desired result that you're trying to achieve. The product is going to leave residue. And so I don't want to remove all of that. And so what I do is I go ahead and apply it. I just kind of rinse it just to make sure it's on the panel with this pressure washer, and I leave it there to dry. Now, another thing I'm going to show you is you can actually go ahead and you can take the stream of the pressure washer and you can go ahead and spray the product into the stream of the pressure washer and evenly apply it on the surface of the vehicle. Is it an optimal way of applying the product? No, it is not optimal, but it is another way in which you can achieve more quicker. My recommendation, if you're going to go ahead and do that, don't do the 10-to-1 dilution ratio, do the 4-to-1 dilution ratio. You will use a lot more product, but you will also be doing 2 steps in one. So in essence, 3 steps in one, because you're washing and waxing and getting all that done in one simple step. So there is that. But I go ahead after I've applied it to the panel. As you can see, it's great water beating. It leaves decent protection. It's not phenomenal protection. Remember, this is a car wash bay product, but it's decent protection. Once I've gone ahead and applied that, then I go ahead and, as you'll see, I dry off the vehicle. I start from the top. I go ahead and move top down, and I dry off the side that is in direct sunlight first, and then I move to the other side and finish drying the vehicle. Now, a lot of you might be asking, well, if I'm going to do this method, what are some other things that I can do to really help me out or be more optimal to preventing water spots? And really, when it comes down to it, the best thing you could do is getting a DI tank. Deionized water is always going to be your best bet. Second thing that you could do is just simply do a rinseless wash. You are not instilling water spots, or you really don't have much of an opportunity for that. But with that being said, that's not always optimal, because that can seem kind of cumbersome to some people that aren't familiar with the rinseless wash system. And so here's something that I would say. One, we all need to carry rinseless wash on us. Rinseless wash is a product that does so many different things. Even if you don't do the rinseless wash technique, it's a tremendous interior cleaner, glass cleaner. Does so many different things, right? Especially depending on the one that you have on hand. But here's a little tip that I go ahead and that I do in my personal business, and I've actually noticed it bringing benefit and making my job easier and not harder. What I do is, you see I have a 50-gallon water tank, and I take about an ounce of rinseless wash. Here I have Absolute Rinseless Wash from P&S. And I go ahead and take that 1 ounce and I put it in the water tank as I'm filling up, make sure it mixes around and all that stuff. Is that going to do a whole lot? Maybe not a whole lot. It might only be a mental thing for me where it's helping me mentally. But I notice that my washing process is a little bit easier. Now, there's a ton of rinseless wash products out there. If you decide to do this method, if you decide to go that route, just make sure that you use a rinseless wash and add it to your water tank. Add one that is safe for all types of vehicles and surfaces, because if it has waxes or silicones in it, it may not be great for matte vehicles. Keep that in mind. Use one that's kind of a one product fits all scenario situation. Well, there you guys have it. That was me talking about what are some easy ways of preventing water spots in direct sunlight. So once again, Formula 4 Spray Wax is a tremendous product. I, like I said, like to use P&S Auto Shampoo. It doesn't really leave much residue behind or anything. It's just easy to work with in direct sunlight. Haven't had a single problem with it, and it's fairly inexpensive. But guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Go ahead and click that subscription button. Click the notification bell. Wax the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, guys, and have a great day.